So the question here being asked is, I am residing in Singapore and one of my friend who is a foreigner is interested in starting a business in Singapore. He has asked me if I can act as a local director or what we call as nominee director of that company. So just to clarify, you stay in Singapore. You are either a Singapore permanent resident or a citizen, and your friend who is not staying in Singapore and who is a foreigner, maybe he's from some nearby country, is interested in registering a company. And rather than taking a nominee director service from professional firms, he has requested you to become a local director. So let's proceed ahead. The first question here is, what is your visa status in Singapore? So if you are a Singapore citizen or a Singapore permanent resident, then in that circumstances legally you are allowed to become a nominee director. So you can accept the local directorship legally. If you are on employment pass, dependent pass, any type of work permit, S pass or long-term visit passes, then you are not legally allowed to act as a local director of any company. So first get this clear whether you are legally qualified. Now presuming you are legally qualified, that means you fall in the category of either a citizen or a permanent resident. The next question then is there any restriction in your employment contract? Are you currently employed with any Singapore based company? So you may want to check your employment contract and look for a clause which looks like this. So this clause says that while in employment, you cannot become an employee or director or agent or partner of any other person, firm or company. Basically, this clause is added by most of the employers in Singapore to ensure that you are not doing another work while in their full-time employment. So if this clause is not there, or if this clause is there but you can take the prior consent, then possibly you can act as a director of your friend's company. Now moving next, the next question then will be, are you prepared to take the risk? Now here I presume that since you know the person and he is your friend, he is of a good character and he is not going to do any shady dealings in his company. But still it is a business, so many things can happen and nobody can predict it. For example, there can be some outstandings in the company accounts and he has not been able to make the payment. And in that circumstances, the representatives of that company of which the payment has not been done, they can send letters to you or they can visit your house inquiring the situation for the recovery of the payment. So are you prepared for this? Similarly, it can happen that the accounts of the company are not filed and consequently there are letters or fines by ACRA or IRS. Similarly, there can be inquiries from government agencies about the activities of the company and what it is doing. Now, I am not saying that every case this will happen, but sometimes it can happen. And the question really is, are you ready to handle this? So at this point of time, I will like to highlight a case which I recall. Now, before I tell you this case, I must say that this is one of the extreme case, an exceptional case. So not in majority of the situation this will happen. So what happened, a foreigner wanted to incorporate a company and he requested a Singapore PR he knew to accept the local directorship. Now for few years after the company was incorporated, all went well. But in 2016, the foreigner was under some stress and he was in need of money. So he procured some remittance fraudulently into this company's bank account and then asked the local director, who is the Singapore PR, to transfer it somewhere else. Now this local person did not know what exactly is happening, but he just transferred based on the instructions from the foreigner. Now later on, the person who was deceived in this filed a case with the police and police caught both these guys for money laundering offenses. Then after the case hearing, the foreigner was jailed for 1 year and the outcome of the case for this local PR is yet to be decided. So it's not sure whether he is going to be in jail for some time or he will be let off after the warning. But even then, the mental trauma this local PR must have experienced is significant. So in summary, I will say unless you are going to be actively involved in the business, don't accept the directorship. There are many firms who provide professional nominee director service, and obviously your friend can avail that service and set up his company.
Thank you for watching this video. This video was brought to you by Epica Consulting Singapore. Subscribe to our channel today to get notified when new videos are posted.